Hello everybody, welcome and welcome back. Today we are going to be doing something a little bit different. We're just going to be kind of talking about how FNM went yesterday. So I took this deck out for a spin, and first of all we're going to just go over a couple of changes I'm going to make. So the deck struggled a bit against aggro, and I of course knew that going into this. But playing at a local game store setting, I think we're probably going to go down one Vohar. And there. And I think we're going to run it like this for next week. Just because the Restless Cottage gives us a little bit more lines against them in the main deck, and post-game with Run and Realmbreaker, it's a lot better. I also consistently found myself just short of mana for most plays, so going up to 26 is probably good for here. I was also thinking about maybe swapping out the island with the Ota, but we'll see how it goes with Basayus. So we ended up playing against Boros Equipment, Gruul Aggro, and Alara Combo. So the Alara Combo, definitely the scariest match. I mean, we won 2-1, the Gruul Aggro we lost 0-2, I'm just gonna blame the deck. Opponent had the nuts both games, and our Titanias and Wrens just got run over. Which was a little unfortunate, but looking back at the games there was a couple misplays, although getting to 5 mana would have been pretty nice. The first game of the night, which was versus Boros Equipment, I leaned a lot on Urtai the first time. They had a Sunfall that we countered at a pretty clutch time, and there was some other kill spell that we countered, but so he was an all-star there. Slogurk was also really good, and the game was won on the back of Titania threatening to flip the entire game with Plaza Protection, so she's a house. If aggro decks can't deal with her, gaining a bunch of life really offsets their game plan and gives you a long time to set up your Slogurk Jace loop plan. So for those of you who don't know, this deck is a combo deck with some creatures that you can just kind of end the game with normally. We run Slogurk the Overslime and Titania for our normal kill methods, and Sleepcursed Fairy sometimes, but they're also part of the combo. So we have Kami of Whispered Hopes and Sleepcursed Fairy. If you can put those underneath the Agatha's Soul Cauldron, we have lots of ways to get things into the graveyard. So it's not the most difficult thing to do. You put them underneath the cauldron, you give the abilities to something, and you can pop off from there. Some of the lines that just include the infinite mana is Slogurk the Overslime, Takenuma, and Jace. Typically, if you have infinite mana, you can loop Takenuma multiple times with Slogurk to mill out the opponent with Jace's -5 in a single turn. If you have the Kami out, it's much easier since the Takenuma is going to put 2 counters on the Gurt. You just have to hit 1 more land from the mill, and if you have completely milled out your entire library, don't worry. You can just loop the Sky Turtle and the Takenuma repeatedly to trigger the Slogurk. So once Slogurk has 3 counters on it, you remove the counters, return the Takenuma and some other channel lands to hand, and then you can replay the Gurt, channel Takenuma, and rebuy Jace and just mill your opponent out. So that's the main game plan here, and that's how we won our first game. And then second game we also won one of the games through this, and the other one was just through combat. We had a really big Slogurk and a really big Sleepcursed Fairy, so we were just clocking them with those. So over in the sideboard, the Spell Pierce coming in against the 5-color Invasion deck was incredibly clutch. So much so that I might just want 2. It was great. We drew it both times, so we were able to Spell Pierce the Invasion of Alara, which kinda led to us winning the game. Malevolent Hermit was my other bring-in for them, since you can sacrifice it to counter non-creatures, and that's an ability you can give to your Cauldron. Oh, I apparently broke the game. Yeah, this is what I get for trying something new. Broke the server. Cool. So I guess thank you all for coming to Sideboard Sundays, and hopefully this can become a weekly thing, but hopefully the servers don't break next time. Yeah, so thank you to anybody who stuck around and listened to this. I really do enjoy playing this deck. If you want to, like, learn more about it, like, an actual deep dive, I can do a write-up or something on it. What is happening? Just to, like, clearly explain all of the combo potentials with it, because it's a little hard to explain verbally sometimes. It might be a bit easier to just write it down and, like, also draw out a flowchart. Who knows? But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. I appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace!